need to know, is this going to be stop me from tacking? You know, what's the plan? Is it going to be a 2-minute fix or a 3-minute fix? Because that, you know, that you can factor it into what you're doing tactically. So it can be important to feedback. We've got it sorted, but we're having to, you know, resheave the forestay it's come off again. But
I think what we were talking about last year, all these boats, if you look at the front of the fleet, every one of you have sort of pairings and groups on the boat. Yourself and Dickie, yourself and James, yourself, John and Sarah, Titch, Murph. These guys have all sailed together 20 years. So they're all comfortable working together, and if something goes wrong, they know the other guy can sort it out. Where in other boats with less experience, I've found personally, is you start shouting because you think you have to do everything. But when these guys have sailed together for so long, they all know, well, leave that, I'll keep driving the boat. Such and such can sort that out. I'm not having to get involved. Like having sailed with all these guys at different stages, it is interesting. There's a different dynamic in every boat, but there is pairs, the guys that have worked together for a long time, they understand each other. And I think, you know, it's just time, it's practice with each other, and the understanding and the trust on board builds up. And it's like the best boats are always some of the calmest.
So sure,
there's a lot of shouting sometimes. That's a sudden
the message down the boat is sometimes we don't hear very well. But the best thing is doing it more, because once you've made all the mistakes, and it helps the next time. If you remember what you did wrong last time, and then once you've been through the whole cycle of cock-ups, then you start getting a little bit better.
How many years is that?
For a while. But one of the most important things I find is, you know, if something goes horribly wrong, whether getting a spinnaker up or tacking, something goes horribly wrong, if you don't actually find out what went wrong, because usually you have to say what went wrong there, and somebody halfway up the boat will say, oh, this got stuck on that. And you think, how on earth did that happen? And then next time, you know, you maybe take some sort of preventative measure. The usual one is the spinnaker halyard caught between the mainsail and the shroud. And it's just, you know, somebody has to remember to get it flicked round going upwind. And it's things like that. If you can, you know, mentally have them all sort of experienced and preventative measures for
you have a clothes peg on your boat, Dara, for the...
Yeah, just to keep it out of the way. Then that was something I learned from sailing the SB20 with Murph. You bought fancy things from Australia, and I bought a 150 clothes peg from
my plastic thing
Lakeland.
cost 20 quid, thanks very much. You turned up my clothes peg.
But again, that's just, you pick up things from other boats and other people's style. It's like Stuart's saying, you're just trying to prevent it happening, because you know, this is always bloody happening. What are we going to do next time to prevent it happening? It's always looking for simple solutions to make it dummy proof, because in the heat of the battle on the water, you know, even with the best intentions, it can go wrong. So how do you prevent it?
We were talking about when things do go wrong, how to minimise the damage, because I think, you know, if you've got a big spinnaker mess up and you're at the leeward mark, then, you know, having some kind of priority of what we want to sort out first. So we were having kind of, you probably don't have it as bad as we do sometimes at the back, but I
Can
think...
I chip in there and say that the helmsman, when something goes wrong, say with the spinnaker and there's a rap or something, it's crucial that he keeps his head. He doesn't need to shout because people know there's something wrong, so they're going to sort it. But he also needs to keep driving the boat. And you see quite often something goes wrong, the spinnaker gets wrapped, and the helmsman, for some reason, I don't know why that happens, he pushes the helm down. And you go up into the wind, and that's actually 9 times out of 10 the worst thing you can do, because that just exaggerates the problem.
But you get in everybody else's way, which is quite a lot of fun.
Making yourself big is part of it. But if he can just try and keep going as fast as he can with the circumstances you got, then that's, I think, quite important, and the problem will get sorted sooner or later.
So you probably have 2 people keeping the boat going in the right direction fast, like the helm and the person on the jib, and get them going, and everybody else can sort the mess out.
I'm a big crowd scene on the bow is never good.
No.
If you've got 4 people on the bow and then you end up with a 5th person, who's driving this box? You're not going to win races, I'm afraid.
And the flappy jib as well.
At what time do you go for a sail though? Because if the boat's now stopped because you've got the the spinnakers all wrapped. But at what point can the boat's going the wrong way? You've gone past the mark, and as a helm you've kept it all stable, just in a different situation. But now you're going the wrong way, so there comes a point where you need
catastrophic. You've overshot the leeward
Just
mark
retire.
or something.
So at what point do where do you go for the jib or try and get something going, even if it's just a reach or not sailing
You have to weigh up the
wrong
option
way.
there. If you can put the jib up in sun, and you can go faster upwind, and you would be going sailing away from the boat, from the buoy, then you just
At what
want to
point do you
decide
stop gathering the kite once it's out of the water a bit?
When
or does it have to be
when you can't see your
folded? Does it have to
opposition.
be refolded?
Just get it up. Can work its way out.
Can I just change the subject? With your mainsail, when you're beating outwind, do you have it set right down to the boom where the shackle is, or do you have that a couple of inches higher off the boom at the mast, end of the boom next to the mast? Your mainsail, is it right down onto it, or you've got a bit of string there? Do you play around with that?
We've just got a shackle onto the tack, straight onto the boom.
What is it, a big, long, tall shackle, or is it?
It's about that long.
Yeah, it's a little bit long. Yeah. And how about the other guys?
Yeah, well, bigger shackle, but basically you're controlling the luff tension using the main halyard most of the time.
Mm.
Yeah.
So you just adjust it on the winch at various times when need be.
I guess the only thing that would stop me from putting anything longer on down at the bottom there is the black band at the top.
Mm-hmm.
So when you crank up the halyard to flatten off your mainsail, that you don't you don't extend the top of the head of the sail above the black band at the top of the mast.
So is the point to get your sail as high up as you can? You want to do that, and depending on the length of your luff is whether you need a bit of string or a longer shackle. Or you've got a shrunk sail.
I'll be honest, I think I'd probably spend more focus getting the sail set right than worrying about whether if the whole thing could go up another inch. I think I'd probably be more concerned about getting it set right and looking right rather than really getting it up to the top. I don't know what you guys normally do, but yeah, for me it's just a case of
If you lift it up too high, then you have to start pulling it forwards. You have to tie it forwards as well. So
Mhm.
that's true.
I think it's unnecessary.
No, I've just seen some people with a bit of string there, and I was like, is that a good thing or
Probably
not?
lost the shackle.
So